What's up, YouTube? This is BoxingWave. Yo, man, I love a good upset, man. Even if I'm rooting for the fighter, I don't care, man. I love a good ass upset. We need a good upset every once in a while. Like that's what make this sport so great. Like I just did a video. I just did a video about this fight literally hours before the fight card started. And I didn't give Helenius much of a chance on winning this fight. I didn't give him much of a chance. You know? Just the time of it and just his performance last year against Gerald Washington. I just, at this stage of his career, him knocking out Adam Kownacki undefeated in Brooklyn, dog. What the hell was that, man? I wish I was on here live last night, man. That was crazy. Shout out to Mr. Boxing today, man. I was watching his live chat on and off last night. Shout out to him. Salute to him. One of the YouTube heavyweight expert right there. Shout out to him. Yo, listen, man, it happens, man. The thing about the heavyweight division, everybody punches hard. So if you get caught slipping, you might just get knocked out. It is what it is. You know, and listen, I mean, as far as the fight, Adam Kownacki, yo, you're not invincible. You got a great chin. You've been to some good wars. You knocked some people out. But, yo, you're not invincible. You are still fighting a heavyweight. A guy that has been in the ring with a lot of good heavyweights. You can't just be walking in there and trying to walk through his punches to land something. You're going to get caught. He got caught. And the thing is, you could tell when a fighter is not used to getting rocked like that. Because he got rocked and he was hurt. He went down. But the ref didn't call the knockdown. All right, he was clearly rocked, but the ref, I don't even think the ref believed he was hurt, and he got back up real quick, and you know Helenius went Pain hit him with that right hand, and the dude went down for real, and then he jumped right back up again. See, that's the problem. Like dudes got so much heart, and dudes don't want to see they don't want to. They don't want to look hurt in front, especially they home crowd. You know what I'm saying? He was clearly hurt even before the official knockdown, and he got back up. And that reminds me of J-Rock when he first got knocked down by Jamal Charlo. He got rocked, and he just jumped right back up. Like, dude, sometimes you just you get hit with a good shot, just tie up. Just tie up. Don't people's pride get in the way, man. Just tie up. Get some time to recover. Do what you got to do. Don't worry about being embarrassed. You know, guys get hurt and they be like laughing it off and stuff. Nah, just focus on winning the fight. Don't worry about the crowd. Don't worry about all that. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that's the case for this fight, but you can tell, you know, when he was hurt, he didn't want to make it appear like he was hurt. He kept coming forward. And, you know, sometimes you got to play it off. You know, even when Wilder got hurt by Ortiz in that first fight, he tried to play it off. And then Ortiz caught it. Wilder tried to play it off, but he was hurt. And, yo, you got to do it. You got to do it because you keep trying to attack and you're going to get rocked. You know, just recover. You know, and that's it. That's all I really got to say. Him taking a loss don't mean anything, man. It don't mean anything. That's the problem with boxing fans today, man. He took a loss. You know, he took a loss. And we could still get some of the fights that we want to see. You know, if he's going to stay in the PBC lane, we can still see him fight Andy Ruiz. We can still see him fight Luis Ortiz. We can still see him fight whoever. You know, Maybe not a championship fight, but he could still fight another top contender. It doesn't matter that he lost the fight. You know, now if you just getting knocked out and taking loss after loss after loss, yeah, okay, that's a different story. Maybe I wouldn't want to see you against another top contender or a championship fight. But he lost. He called a good shot, and hopefully this fight makes him a better fighter. You know, makes him realize like, oh shit, you know, I'm not invincible. I can't just be walking into punches. You know, I think he was a little gassed up from beating a Charles Martin and beating a Chris Arreola, Arthur Spilka. Who else he beat? Gerald Washington. You know what I'm saying? Yo, dude, you took some good shots from these fighters. That's cool and everything, but don't get to a point where you're just trying to walk through punches. Sometimes you got to work on getting the guy out of there. You got to work on it. You know, be a dog, but be smart at the same time. Apply that smart pressure. You just can't knock everybody out quickly. It doesn't work that way. That's not how the sport works. You got to be smart, especially if you're a heavyweight. Everybody punches hard. You know, everybody can knock you out in the heavyweight division. This ain't welterweight. Like, everybody can knock you out. All right. But yo, good card. Good heavyweight card. Good. I was watching Sanchez against the Dueco. I'm very impressed with this guy. Sanchez looked very, very good. This was my first time seeing him. All right. Very, very sharp. He's definitely not 27 years old, though. He's not 27. You know, I think he's a mid-30s guy, but very sharp. Nobody does the shuffle like that, and nobody moves like that in the ring and is 27 years old. That's a grown man, like a grown man. That guy's not 27. No way. You know, but salute to him. You know, over 200 amateur fights. Clearly, extremely experienced fighter. Okay, very sharp, good hand speed, good counter punching, good timing, good footwork. All right, good counter punching, good combinations, good body shots. Well-rounded fighter. Look forward to seeing him. You know, very impressive. I was mostly impressed with him. You know, I'm looking forward to watching more of his fights. You know, I know Joey Dueco is not no top dog or anything like that, but I've seen him fight before, and he's not an easy fight. You know, I like when I see a guy. I mean, he had a clear height and reach advantage, but he fought tall. He fought. He didn't give up his height. You know, he picked the spots when to come in and throw those combinations and get out of there. Showed good defense and everything. All right. Very, very good performance of him. I'm really, really looking forward to see him fight again. He looks very, very talented. All right. Kojanu against F.A. Ajaba. Good fight. Ajaba, it definitely improved. Okay. And I still think he needs to slowly step up in opposition. Slowly. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be fighting fighters like that right now. You know, even him, I would like to see him fight like a Joey Dueco. That's fine. He needs to keep improving. I don't think he needs to keep moving up. I know he's getting knockouts and stuff like that, and that's cool. But he needs to sharpen up his skills. And I've seen an improvement in this fight compared to his last two fights. All right. Last two fights were very, really tough on him. You know, one of them he got dropped, and the other one he was getting outboxed a little bit in there. He was getting countered and timed. What I noticed of him in this fight, I noticed that the defense was tighter. Okay, I noticed when he was hooking, he was keeping that right hand up, right, keeping that guard up. I like that. He's moving his head a little bit, slipping some shots a little bit. You know, he got to still watch out for that overhand right when he throws that jab out there. Sometimes he leaves that jab out there a little too long. He gets countered. But overall, he definitely is improving. Like, I've seen him working on some things. I like his punch selection. You know, I think he need to feint a little bit more. But definitely an improvement in the right direction. Good performance. Wasn't trying to get him out of there. You know, I said in the video I did yesterday before the fight, I thought this was I thought Kojano was a good opponent because he's been in there with a lot. He took a lot of losses against guys and I was looking to see how FAA Jabba would match up against him compared to everybody else. You know, Dubois fought him recently, Ortiz fought him, you know, Nathan Gorman, you know, some other fighters. But I'm glad he didn't go in there trying to just get a quick knockout. You know, work on your skills, sharpen up your skills. And I was very impressed. Very impressed. Very good. And, you know, shout out to Robert Helenius, man. Shout out to him. You know, good win. Congratulations to him. You know, I don't want to, you know, I wanted Kownacki to win. You know, I like him. He's a really nice guy. You know, he's fighting out of Brooklyn. He's Polish, but he's from New York. You know what I'm saying? He represents New York, and I'm pro New York fighters. All right. I wanted to go to the fight guy. A couple of you guys asked me in the comments if I was going. Hit me up on Instagram. One of the subscribers asked me. I couldn't make it last night, and I couldn't even be on live. I was out, but I wish I went to the card, but couldn't go. But I try to, you know, support any New York fighters that's coming up, want to come up, and you know, and look, again, let me stress, I still want to see these other fights with him. Just because he lost a fight doesn't mean he just got caught. He got caught. It wasn't a bad performance. He just got caught. He fought a good fighter and got caught. He fought a fighter in his day, in his better days. I think Helenius and I said this yesterday, I think he would have given Kownacki a great fight and possibly beat him on points. But he's past his days. But yo, he still can box well, you know, and he caught him and got him out of there. And it's what it is. You know, do we absolutely need an immediate rematch? I don't even think we need an immediate. I mean, if they choose to do it, then fine. That's cool. But it's not even like one of those type of fights. I'm just saying, like, I would still like to see Kownacki fight again. It's not like I feel like he got exposed. It's just that, yo, he could have good shot. Work on your defense. Work on your defense. Apply smart pressure. Don't get hit with everything coming in. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. I still want to see good fights. This is the thing about boxing, man. This old thing. We keep saying upsets. A lot of these fights are not really, I mean, this was an upset, but a lot of these fights weren't really upsets. It's just that a lot of these fighters are just not as good as we think they are. But they have padded records. And when they finally fight somebody good, they get stopped or they lose. And it's like, oh, this guy was overrated from the beginning. Like, no, it's like a lot of these guys are just being protected. And when they finally step up, you know, they lose. It doesn't mean that he was exposed. He wasn't exposed. There's things he needs to work on, but he wasn't exposed. You know, you don't beat a certain level of fighters. And then, again, he beat Charles Martin, who just stopped Gerald Washington. He beat Arthur Spilka. You know, he beat Chris Ariello. These are guys that were former champions or in championship fights. You know, he's beaten some of these guys. And you lose to Robert Helenius, it just shows that's how shit works sometimes, man. We could still get good fights from him. You know? This is why, I say this all the time, this is why these MMA fighters, they all got their all-time greats with a bunch of losses. You know why? Because they have to fight. They have one ranking system. Just think about a whole weight division with one ranking. There's not four where it's all spread out. There's one top 10 ranking list out of a whole weight class. And they follow this. They're strict with their rankings. If you're the number one guy, you are going to get a championship fight every single time. You know, and this is why these guys don't have zeros. And I think most of these guys that's undefeated, I mean, back in, just think about it. Manny Pacquiao got knocked out in 2012. And he beat Keith Thurman, undefeated Keith Thurman in 2019. Manny Pacquiao. Wasn't this guy like a champion in the 90s? Maybe not the 90s or early 2000s. I don't know. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, guys take losses. We all thought Manny was done in 2012, getting knocked out like that. You know? He was already getting old then. But he beat Keith Thurman in 2019. That's crazy to me, you know? great fighters lose. You know, some very few haven't lost, but great fighters lose all the time. It is what it is. You can bounce back. It's all about bouncing back. That's it. You know, I said that about Joshua. As long as he bounces back, it's all good. He might even take more losses. That's why I want guys to hurry up and fight. I want Errol Spence to fight Bud now because everybody wants it, and they both got O's on their record. That's why I want that fight so bad. Everybody's talking about side of the street and business and this, that, and money. Hey, dude, are you a boxing fan, or are you a PBC fan, or a Top Rank fan, or a Matchroom fan? Are you a boxing fan? Are you a race fan? What are you exactly? Do you want to see the fights, or do you not want to see the fights? You know, and that's the problem with people now. So Kownacki took a loss. It's all good, baby. Like, just bounce back. You bounce back, get another fight. Still want to see you fight Ruiz, Ortiz, you know, or even other guys that's not part of the PBC. I would love to see a Kownacki against a Derek Chisora or something like that. That'll be dope. Great fights all the way around. All right. So that's my thoughts. Oh shit! Imagine Kownacki against Dillian White. That'd be great. That'd be great. You know, Kownacki against Daniel Dubois, Joe Joyce. You know, the winner of that. Yeah, those are all good fights. We don't even have to just like, all right, now let's throw him in the garbage. He's done. He's done. It shouldn't be that way. All right. So anyway, I gotta get out of here, guys. I was going to go on live, but I didn't have time because I had to run, so I didn't want to be on live, be on here too long. But I got more content on the way coming up this week. Got to do some breakdowns, some real breakdowns this week. So be on the lookout for that. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.